Hi, this is Mark at Holiday Digital Recording. Thanks for joining me again, and let's just delve right into the lesson. Okay, first we'll do a quick review of A7. Here's your A chord. And then you remember, if you lift and just play with your ring finger, play strings number 2, and then with your middle finger string 4, and that string 3 is open. Okay, that gives you that A7 right there. Okay. So that's A7. Okay, let's take a look at the D minor chord. Here was D, you played this before. Here's D minor. Kind of melancholy, kind of a sad sound. Okay, so with your index finger, string 1, fret 1. Okay, with your middle finger, it's going to be fret number 2, string number 3, right, like that. And then in the next fret, the 3rd fret, you're going to use your ring finger to play string number 2, just like that. And what you want to do is you want to deaden that 6th string with your thumb, or you could strum away from it. I prefer to just deaden it so you don't have to think about it. Okay, one more time on the D minor. Index finger, string 1, fret 1. Middle finger, fret number 2, string number 3. 1, 2, 3, that's the middle finger. And then your ring finger, string number 2, fret number 3, just like that. D minor. F sharp minor. Okay, the best way to approach this is to come to the 4th fret, okay, fret number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll be dealing with strings number 4 and 5. So put your little finger, the tip of your little finger, string number 4, fret number 4, okay, and then your ring finger, string number 5, and it's in the same fret group right there, right, same fret right there. Those two fingers are grouped together in that same fret number 4, just like that. And that's got to arch up over, so you want to use the tips of those fingers. Okay, so now there's nothing in fret number 3, and this is what makes this a challenge, because you have to reach over and you're going to be barring across on fret number 2, just like this. Okay, so actually what your ring fingers really do, I mean your index finger, what it's doing is it's just reaching across so you can play that 6th string like that, see? So it's reaching across and playing that. So what happens to these strings 4 and 5 that are behind this, it doesn't matter because they're being played, okay? So these are essentially doesn't matter. So this index finger is barring out across there and it's reaching that string, okay? And then, so you've still got strings 1, 2, and 3 to deal with, right here, 1, 2, and 3 in the 2nd fret, and that finger's getting those too, okay? So it's getting strings 1, 2, and 3, and then it's getting that 6th string reaching out across there, okay? So what you want to do is, if you're going to play that chord like this, you want to use, where's my finger? You want to use the side of your finger right here. You don't want to use this. Okay, so that hand's going to kind of roll over. Instead of it being flat like this, you want to roll it a little. Okay, you roll it a little, you'll get a little more on it. It's really not all the way on the side. It's kind of like halfway between. That'll help you. Plus, you can use your middle finger as a helper to help press down. Okay, just like that. Now this chord, playing these bar chords, you're only going to need to learn 2 of them. But these bar chords are going to require strength. And the difference here is, before we were playing things in the palm of our hand. You know, we had our chords and when they were in the palm of our hand. But with this bar, your thumb's going to be on the back now. And then you're going to have to squeeze. So you're going to be doing things like this, and it takes a little while to develop strength. So when you first start playing these bar chords, don't be surprised if you hear this. You know, that's common. Okay, so the only way to master the bar chords is practice. And I have to tell you, in the keys that you're going to play in, you only need two of them. But you're really going to need them. And there's another way to play this F sharp minor that I prefer. Okay? And that's like this. These two are the same. We'll leave them there. But instead of barring across, I like to take my index finger and bar strings 1, 2, and 3, like that, okay? And then wrap my thumb around, just like that. I like that a lot better. I can play it either way, but I prefer this right here. So I'm showing you two different ways. Try not to get discouraged on these bar chords, because in the keys that you're playing in, you're really going to need them, okay? Okay, in this particular song, we're going to introduce a thing called a capo. Some people call it a cheater stick. I don't think of it that way. I think of it as a really unique tool. Okay, so I like this one here. It's made by a company called Shubb, S-H-U-B-B. And the reason I like it, it's real easy to use. Okay, so we just clamp it on the second fret like this here. Simple. I just did that with one hand. Some of them you'll see out there, they're like a clamp with a big spring on them, and you see people, they've got their hands on there and they're squeezing them things and they're trying to get them on. And if it's somebody younger or somebody that has strength issues in their hands, they can't get them on. Really like this one. It's really easy to use. Not endorsing them because I have anything to do with them. I just really like them. And it has another advantage. The ones that clamp on, they clamp on at one pressure. It's just the way they're designed, just one thing. Okay, but this one is adjustable. So you can clamp it as hard as you like. And what's good about that is if you have an electric guitar and you want to put your capo on an electric, if you have one of those ones that's like a clamp, it clamps on so hard that you're all tuned up, you clamp it on there and it squeezes it so hard, it changes the tuning in the guitar, makes everything sharp, so it messes you up. This one, you can dial that thing in so it clamps it just right so it doesn't change anything. Okay, so that's my opinion on the capo. I really like it. Now, this song, we're going to use a capo in it, and the reason for that is I had to put the song in a key that works for me. So what does that mean? Well, if there were places on there where it was too low and I couldn't hit the low notes, and then tried it in some different keys, and then couldn't hit the high notes, it was too high for me. Okay, so, and I wanted to keep the chords simple, so we're going to use the capo, and the song's going to be in the key of A. Okay, so what you have to get used to in the three chords that you've just learned is the capo makes things look different, because this is now the nut. This was the nut before without it. This is the nut now because none of this matters, right? Okay, so this is the nut now, so you have to think of it as the nut. So sometimes when people go to try to play their D chord, they'll do this or this, you know. It takes a little bit because it just looks a little different, but you'll be okay. Okay, so there's your A, there's your A7. And then when you count up for the F sharp minor, it's going to be the same. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. You put those two fingers on, then you'll bar across. Okay. Or you could play it like I play it. So that's it with the capo. So what you should do is, because it looks different, you should practice your A7 chord, your D minor, and your F sharp minor. Okay, now I don't want to go too far into the theory end of this, but even though you're fingering A, it's actually a B chord. But don't let that confuse you. Just realize that all you have to do is think in the key of A right now, and think of these chords that you'll be given, and don't worry about the actual key it's in, because it's actually in the key of B. But you'd have to, if you were jamming with somebody, a bass player or something, they'd have to know that you were playing in that key, or any other musicians that you might be jamming with. But if you're playing by yourself, it doesn't matter. You just think of A. You're going to be in the key of A. Okay. So that's it for the capo and the new chords that you learn. And the lesson will continue next. I always felt that this strumming pattern kind of puts you in another level once you learn it, because most strummers have, even if they know it, and a lot of them don't, but if they know it, they can't strum and sing at the same time. It's too difficult. But here's the good news. Like before, we're going to break it down into little pieces. So just keep managing the little pieces and managing the little pieces, and eventually, like before, we'll put everything together and you'll be able to do it. So don't let the complexity of this deter you, because like I said, we're going to do it in little pieces, make it simple, and then you'll be able to manage it. And what's really cool about this pattern is you're going to be able to play some really amazing ballads with it. Some with real complex chord patterns and stuff like that. And this pattern just fits in with it beautifully. Okay, so the first part of this pattern is like this. And we're going to do this a lot. So jump in, and if you have to repeat it, okay? So the first part's going to be like this. Down, up, down, down, up. Okay, that's not too bad. Down, up, down, down, up. Okay, so we're going to do that a whole lot. Okay, here we go. Down, up, down, down, up. And 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 down, up, down, down, up. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now let's add a little bit more. So it's going to be like this. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And we added two more, a down, up to the end of it, right? And down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we're going to do that a whole bunch now. Ready? And down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And down, up, down, down, and down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 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 and down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, good. Okay, let's add the last part of the strumming pattern. Okay, so watch. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So we're going to add the down, down, up. Okay, we'll do the whole thing again. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Again. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Again. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Again. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. All right, good. What if now we'll put two of those together? It's going to be a little bit challenging, but we'll do two and two and two and two and two. Okay? Here we go. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, so if you're like almost every other person I've seen learning this pattern, that last strum in the pattern, that up strum will come too soon. Okay, so watch. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, and they don't want to wait for that right there, and it comes too soon. Okay, so, excuse me, as long as you play along with me, you'll be okay, but just remember that that's usually the part that people get tripped up on. Okay, so we're going to do two, 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 two. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Good. Two more. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Good. Let's do two more. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Let's do two more. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. All right. Right. So what if now we've been doing 2 and then stopping? What if we just did as many as we can do? Well, not forever, right? not as many as we can do. It's not like a marathon. We'll just do a bunch of them, okay? If you get messed up, go back, all right? So we're going to do a lot of them. And remember, watch that last drum at the end of the pattern so it doesn't come too early. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of them, one after another. Here we go. And down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Good. Okay, let's do that now with the new chords that we learned. Remember, we learned an A7. So remember, when you play the chord, this is going to get sketchy. All right, here we go. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, Good. Okay, how about we do that on the D minor chord? Remember the D minor? I remember when I first learned that chord, I really liked the way it sounded. I liked all the minors back then for some reason. I don't know if I was like a brooding teenager or what, you know. I liked all this sad stuff. Not anymore. All right, so we're going to do the D minor now. Here we go. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, Ah, the F sharp minor. You have been practicing that, right? I know it's tough. I know, and you're either practicing. I've got the capo on, right? I didn't mention that before, but it's pretty hard to miss. Okay, so there's what's one way of playing it, right? And here's another, right? This is the way I'm going to play it because this is the way I like it. But I understand if you're struggling with it. I think maybe over the past 20 years there's been 2 people that it was easy for them, and don't ask me why. I don't know. They just were. Everybody else has to work at it. I remember having to work at it. But you don't want to be like Rose. Rose is in her 70s, and she's been coming here for a while. She can play 80-some songs. Okay, but when we got to this point with Rose, I said, okay, now you have to learn 2 bar chords, and I showed her the bar chords. And she looked at me and she says, I'm not playing that. Give me songs that don't have that in it. I'm not playing that. Don't be like that, okay? Because you need these chords. But in spite of the fact that she didn't play these chords, she can still play 80-some songs. Probably, it might be 90 or 100 by now. Okay, but really, to really play the really cool songs, a lot of them are so good, you need these bar chords. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to play the pattern on the bar chord. It's F sharp minor, but actually it's not technically an F sharp minor because of the capo, but we're going to think in that key that we're playing in, that we're fingering in, so we don't get confused. So we're still going to think of it as an F sharp minor. Okay, so here it is. And down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, Good. Now would be a good time to put in the strumming pattern with some chord changes. So we're going to go from A7, we're going to use that 7th, and we're going to go to D. Okay, so and what you want to remember is when you're playing the pattern, that last strum up, you could go strum up on the open strings, okay, and then use that to make a smooth transition through the chord changes. So we're going to be playing and we're just going to do that on a loop. We're going to do it over and over. So that's what's next. Okay, ready? Here we go. And how we're progressing. Just piece by piece. It'll all come together. You'll see. Okay? Okay, let's do the same thing with, as far as the pattern is concerned, one pattern, but we're going to change the chords. We're going to go from D to D minor. Okay? One pattern each. Here we go. And remember, at the end of the pattern, you can use the open string before you play the D minor. Okay? Here we go. And good. Okay, we reached a place now where I'm going to ask you to spend some extra time, and it will be well worth it. Okay, so we're going to go from A to F sharp minor. Only we're going to change to the F sharp minor in the middle of the pattern. But why would we do this? I did this on purpose in the arrangement to give you a chance to practice changing chords in the middle of this pattern, because there's songs out there that do that. And when you come across them, you'll go, oh yeah, okay, I did that before. They'll be just, maybe it'll be in a different key and they'll just be different chords, but the technique will be the same, okay? So there's a reason for it. So you may have to spend a little more time on this section, but it'll be worth it because it'll open up all those other songs for you. Okay, so how do you do that? All right, so here's the first part of the pattern. And these right there, that down up, you can go on the open strings. Look. See how I got to the next chord? Watch. Now you can take this out of time if you have to, you know, go off by yourself. Take it out of time, but drill that over and over and over again. Okay, so it's pretty simple after that, because now you're at your next chord, which is the F sharp minor, and you just complete the strum out. Watch. Then go back. We're going to go back. So I believe you understand what's going on there, but what's important is that you understand the sequence. Okay, so if you go, if that's how you have to practice it, then practice it that way. But just get the sequence right. And as soon as you feel like you're ready, come back here and play along, okay? So That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to, and down, up, down, open, see, and back. Okay, so I'm going to do that over and over and over again. And right now it might seem confusing to you, but if you back this up and take those parts like I just showed you and practice them over and over, be like in a compartment where you don't think about anything else, you just focus on that. And when you come back here with it, you'll be ready. You might sort of feel like you're chasing or mess up a little bit, but you'll start getting the gist of it, and then you'll be able to practice it. And if you get a sketchy sound in F sharp minor, don't worry about it, okay? Just do the best you can with it, all right? So here we go. And... Good. Now listen, don't give up on yourself if you find that's challenging. It's challenging for everybody. Okay, and don't be like Rose and go, give me songs that don't have that in it. If you manage this bar chord, F sharp minor, when we get to B minor, and that's the other one, that one will come easier than this one because you already know one bar chord. So, I don't know how to stress this enough. Don't give up on yourself right here, and don't think, it's going to get really hard now. Playing the guitar is going to be really hard. Now this is where it's going to get bad. No. This is just one part in here that if you have, it can really help your repertoire material. Okay, so this isn't easy for anybody, except there's a couple. I don't know, there always is. But for the rest of us, we have to practice it. So work at it. You'll be okay. Just trust me. Just go A little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Then you'll get it rough. It'll be rough. But I always liked it when I got something rough because I knew I could do it. So that's what you should do whenever you get through and you go, I did it. Well, okay, you did it one time and you learned it, but you have to know it. And knowing it means you have to play it and play it and play it. But that should be encouragement for you, because if you did it once, you can repeat it. You can do it again and again. Don't give up here. Don't do it, because if you've got this far, you're doing really well. And there's going to be a lot of really cool things that as far as playing music and playing the guitar, that you're going to be able to do, and you're going to amaze yourself. Okay? So please, please, please stay with it, and we'll have more next. Okay, it's time to start adding the vocal. I think it's really important before you add any vocals to this pattern that you really, really know the pattern inside and out. You can play it in your sleep, because you don't want to have to think about it. You want to be able to divide your attention, though, between the pattern and the vocal. So we're going to start simple. Going to be a lot of little pieces. You really don't have to sit down and figure out why this is going on. Depending on the personality, there's people that want to know, why am I doing that? And it's just a waste of time to explain it. It just wastes time, and it puts another thing in your mind. So you just have to trust that if you just work the parts, everything will come together in the end. Okay, so remember, really, really have the pattern down pat. And when you get a part, maybe you can do it a couple of times. You could try moving on, but you really, really have to know it before you move on. Okay, so here comes a lot of different parts. And I have faith in you. I believe you're going to be able to do this. Okay, so here we go. So let's take a look at the first three words of the song, Oh Danny Boy. Okay, and where that fits in the pattern. So if the pattern's playing... the third strum down is where O falls. Watch. O, right there. What's that note? Oh, oh. That's where it falls. Watch. Oh. Again. Oh. Right there. Oh. So play that along with me for a while so you get used to where it falls. It falls right on that strum. Oh. Good. All right, so we have O. Let's see where Dan falls. It's going to fall right here, watch. Oh, Dan. Right there. It's right on top of another strum. Makes it easy. Well, not easy, but easier than if it fell in between somewhere. Okay. So we're going to do that a whole bunch. Ready? Oh, Dan. Good. Okay, let's see where knee. Let's see where knee falls. Watch. Right there on that down strum. I think you can see why you really need to know the pattern pretty well before you attempt any of these. Okay, so we're going to do O, Dan, E a whole bunch. Ready? Good. All right, so we've done O, Dan, E. Okay, let's see where boy falls. Boy falls right on the first strum of the next pattern. Watch. O, Dan, E, boy. Just like that. O, Dan, E, boy. Okay, so we're going to do that a whole bunch. Here we go. Good. All right, so this time when we get to boy, I think we're just gonna, you know how I said that boy starts the pattern over? Okay, so this time we're going to continue to play the pattern after boy. And then as a matter of fact, we'll just make a loop out of it and we'll play it a bunch of times, okay? So here we go. Oh, Excellent. All right, this first loop that we're going to do, we're going to sing boy, boy, and then we're going to sing pipes on the A7. The first one was the A, then the A7. Pipes, boy, pipes. They're the same note, too. Okay, so I'm going to play a pattern on A and then a pattern on A7. I'm going to bring the vocal in. We're going to make a loop, play along, play it and play it and play it until you get it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that should be enough. Then we're going to add a little bit more to this. Okay, we're going to add one more word in with the word the. So it's going to be boy, the pipes. And the falls right where the strumming pattern hits the open strings. That's where the falls. Watch. Boy, the, and then pipes. We've been doing pipes. So you may have to take that out of time on your own and practice it, but that's where it falls. Watch. Boy, the pipes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do those three words with those two chords in the pattern. I'll play one time through, then I'll jump in with it, and then you jump in. And if you mess up a little here and there, don't worry about it. Just keep trying. Because usually what happens with this is it seems crazy, impossible sometimes, and then all of a sudden you get it. And then when you get it, maybe you'll get it for a little bit and it'll go away. Then you get it, and then you go, why was that even hard? And then you never forget it. You can come back 10 years later and you can do it. Okay, so boy, the pipes.
Pipes.
Good. So in this section, there's another the that occurs on the A7 chord. And it comes on an up strum. It happens real quick. Pipes, the pipes. See where that fell? Watch. Pipes, the, right there on that up strum. And then it comes real quick right before the second pipes. Pipes, the pipes. The good news is it falls right on that up strum, so it makes it a little more manageable. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to work that second the in this section. Okay, so here we go. Pipes, the pipes, 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 the pipes, pipes, the pipes, pipes, the Good. Okay, now let's use the A chord and the A7 and do boy. We'll do the chord change to the A7 and we'll do boy, the pipes, the pipes. Okay. So I'm just going to jump in, okay? So you can let it go a few times and then join me. Okay, so here we go. Boy, the pipes, the pipes, 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 boy, Good, 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 good. Okay, in this one here, we're going to use the D chord. Okay, and the word calling. So, here's where it fits into the strum. Watch, call. That's the note. Call. Watch, call. Call. All right, that's the first part. Calling. Right there. See where ling falls? Watch. Calling. Call. Calling. See where that falls? Call. They're right on top of strums, so it's not too bad. Even though this thing's moving, it's not too bad. Okay, so that's what's next. Okay, this next piece, we're going to be playing a D chord, and the word's calling. Calling. And ling is right at the bottom of my range. If this is too low for you, you could always go an octave higher. If you're able to, if that's your range, you're able to sing a bit. But this is, like I said, this is at the bottom of my range, and that ling is a tough note for me. But I'll do the best I can. I can usually hit it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do calling. Okay, so what I'll do is play the pattern. We're just going to stay on D. I'll play the pattern one time, then I'll bring it in. I'll bring the calling in. You'll see how that fits into the pattern. Okay, then we'll repeat it a bunch. Okay, so here we go. Calling, 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 Good. So, we're going to work the word R. R. It's going to be like this. Watch. Boy, the pipes are right on that up strum during the chord change. Calling. Okay, so that's where it occurs. So it's a little tricky. Boy, the pipes are calling. See where that falls? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop. Okay, and you can leave R off if you want, just don't sing it. Just go right straight to calling. And then when you're ready, try to slide it in. Sooner or later, you'll be able to do it. Sometimes it's just too much going on, you know. And when everything else you're playing, when it all starts to get easier, then the more difficult stuff like this word here will slide right in. So Okay, that's how you want to think of this. So here we go. And boy, the pipes are coming. Again. 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 And boy, the pipes are coming. So now we're going to do From Glen to Glen. We're going to do it from a D minor to an A. All right. So here's where this falls in. From falls in right here, watch. Right there, watch. Watch. From, right there. It's a little easier if I play the pattern, watch. From Glen to Glen. Okay, again. From Glen to Glen. Again. See how those first three strums are by themselves, no vocal, and then the vocal comes in. Watch. From Glen to Glen. One more time. From Glen to Glen. Just like that. So we're going to do it a whole bunch of times. Ready? From Glen. And from and from then to then, 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 and from then to then. Good. Real good. Okay. Okay, this next piece is going to be a little bit of a challenge. And the lyric is down the mountain, but we're going to leave 10 off. We're just going to do down the mile. And mile falls where there's no strum. Watch, it's going to be like this. Down the mile. See how that was? It was mile and then the strum. Down the mile. Yeah. Tricky. Okay. But I have faith in you. I believe you can manage it. Well, we're just going to break it down into this little piece. Okay, so that's what we've done. We've broken it down into this little piece. I think you can see how, if it wasn't broken down in pieces, just imagine how difficult it would be to manage all this. You know, just having a strumming pattern, here's the song, go play it. Not easy. Okay, but this way it becomes manageable. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Down the mile. Just like that. We're going to do it a bunch of times. Play along. If you have an issue with it, when you get toward the end and you still don't quite have it, come back. Okay? And one other thing I wanted to talk about. We're just breaking down the verse and the first chorus. Okay, so don't think you're going to have to suffer, through, oh, this is going to be like this for the whole song. It's not. Just the verse and the chorus. And the reason for that is songs are repetitive. So the second verse is going to be similar, close enough that you should be able to manage it. And same thing with the chorus. Okay, so that should be a relief, So we're just going to be breaking down these parts right here. And then the rest should come to you. And guess what? After that, you'll be able to play all these songs, so it'll be worth it. Okay, so down the mountain. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it a lot. Here we go. Down the mountain and down the mountain. and down the mountain, 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 and down the mountain. Whoops. And down the mountain, and down the mountain, and down the mountain, and down the mountain, and down and down the mountain, 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 down the mountain, and down and down the mountain, and down the mountain, and down the mountain, and down the mountain, and okay, so the rest of the word, tin, so it's mountain. Tin falls on the up strum when you're making a chord change. Okay, right there, your hand's going to lift. That's what makes this a little tricky. You've got these little things you have to do. So in other words, it's going to be like this. Down the mountain. Oh, see? You can do it. Down see? Down the mountain. So you've got two little tricky things right there. A lot of times it's hard for the person to lift their hand right in that spot right there and hit those open strings on the up strum. Okay. Down the mountain. Down the mountain. Like that. Down the mountain. 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 down the mountain, 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 down the mountain. Good. If you got that, you're doing really well. Yeah, it's got that groove to it. You know, you can start to feel it. You know, if you, like I said, if you put that on top of the strums, all of a sudden it feels kind of clunky and not right. You know, this way it's woven in there like it should. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more next. Okay, well, this next part has a chord in it. You know, we're going through the chord change. Sides right on the one beat on the E chord, so it's probably easier than the first couple of parts we just did. Okay, watch. Down the mountainside, just like that. Down the mountainside. Ooh, I like it. Okay, we're going to do it a whole bunch. Here we go. Down the mountainside, down the mountainside, down the mountainside, down the mountainside. Excuse me. And down the mountainside, down the mountainside, down the mountainside, down the mountainside. down the mountainside. Good. All right. Okay, so let's do these two lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the pattern twice and then bring the vocal in and then create a loop. Either I'll play it over and over or I'll go in and edit it. But we're going to create some loops so you can play this whole part, all these little pieces, put them all together. Okay, so remember I'm going to play 2 bars of the pattern, then I'll bring the vocal in. Okay, so here we go. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Again. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Again. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Again. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Again. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Again. And oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do gone and all. Those are the words. Okay, and it's going to be an A, and it's going to go to an A7. Watch. Gone and all. See, it's and all. Watch. Gone and all. Gone tricky. Gone and oh, like that. Gone and oh. So we're going to do that a whole bunch. Here we go. Gone and oh. 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 Good. So now let's stay on A7 and do all the roses. It'll be like this. All the roses, all, okay. Do it again. All the roses, just like that. But we're going to loop it, okay? All the roses, 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 all the Good. All right, let's do Gone and All the Roses. And that's going to be an A chord and an A7. It'll be like this. Gone and all the roses. Again, it'll be like this. Gone and all the roses. Again, it'll be like this. Gone and all the roses. Again, it'll be like this. Gone, and all the roses. Again, it'll be like this. Gone, and all the roses. Again, it'll be like this. Gone, and all the roses. All right, let's add the word falling with a chord change from the A7 to D. Okay, so we're going to add a D chord in there. It'll be like this. Gone, and all the roses falling. Okay, so after we get to falling, we'll just make a loop and come back. Do it a bunch of times. Ready? Here we go. Gone, and all the roses falling. 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 Good. Okay. All right, now we'll do a loop from D minor back to A, and the words are "it's you, it's you." And on the D minor, that the first "it's" comes in pretty late. Watch. It's right there on an upstrum, so it's like this. If I add them both in, it's you. Really has a nice feel to it, doesn't it? It's you. like that. So we're going to create a loop out of it. Okay, here we go. It's you, it's you. 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 Good. All right, A to the E chord. We're going to do you must go and I must bide. Watch. You must go and I must bide. One more time. You must go and I must bide. We're going to create a loop out of that and do it over and over. Ready? You must go and I must bide. You must go and I must bide. You must go and I must bide. Good. All right. So one thing I wanted to mention, I may have before, I don't think I did. In case I didn't. There's an E7, which is easy. You know, here's your E chord, you've been playing that. And if you lift your ring finger, then that string's played open. That's a 7th. That's E7 right there. You can hear the difference? You can hear that 7th in there. You can put that in. You'll see where. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do this first verse, the 4 lines. We have a bass player playing along with us. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of an intro using the bass player. Okay, that's an A, then it goes to E right there. Right there's where I'm going to come in. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide.
Again.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide.
Again.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide.
Again.
Oh, The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide.
All right, time to move on to the chorus. Just keep playing that verse and polish it up. If you have it sort of a little bit better than rough, you make a mistake here and there, it's okay. You don't have to have it perfect before you move on. But yeah, you should have a pretty good grasp of it, okay? So we're moving on to the chorus. And the lyric is back when summer, and there's going to be an A chord and a D chord. Okay, so, and back comes right in on the one beat, watch. Back when summer. Okay, and when is going to be on the open strings, like that thing that happened before. I forget what lyric it was right now, but you played it. Okay. Back when summer. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do back when summer. We're going to make a loop out of the A and the D chord and repeat it over and over and over. Okay? So, here we go. Back when summer. Back when summer. Back when summer. Back when summer. Good. Very good. So what's tricky about this next part is the word the, because it falls in an odd place. Watch. Summer's in the... See. Summer's in the Right, so this next part, Summers in the Meh. We're going to leave Do off. Summers in the Meh. So it's a D chord and an A chord. You can see that, right? Summers in the Meh. Then we'll create a loop out of that. We're going to do it over and over. So one more time, it's going to be Summers in the Meh. Okay, so let's make a loop. We'll play it a whole bunch. Here we go. Summers in the Meh. 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 Good. All right, on this next part, remember when we talked about going from A to F sharp minor, and we talked about practicing. We talked about that because it changes in the middle. So now we're going to put meadow on top of that. So watch. Me, that's the note right there. Meadow. See? Ooh. Meadow. So we're going to make a loop out of meadow over and over and over again. It's going to come pretty quick because it's going to be meadow, meadow. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So if you have to come back and repeat this a bunch of times, do it as many times as it takes to get it right. You'll be glad you did later, because there's plenty of songs out there that have little things like this in it, and you want to be able to play it right so you sound tight. You always want to sound tight. Be a tight professional musician. You don't want to be, you don't want your tempo speeding up and slowing down and phrasing things wrong and stuff. You know, the more you can pay attention to these things, the more professional you'll sound, even if you're playing simple things. You just have to play them right. Okay, so it's going to be meadow. That's the melody right there. Meadow. So it's going to be meadow. Okay, here comes the loop. And meadow, 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 you got that, you're doing really good. If you're sketchy with it, go back. Play it over and over and over. And at one point, it'll just happen for you and you'll get it. If you're struggling, just keep trying. You'll get it. Just keep trying. And then out of nowhere, boom, you'll be able to do it. And once you get it, you won't forget it. Okay? So, all right. All right, so let's combine some of this. Summer's in the meadow. Summer's in the meadow. Okay, I'll show you again. Summer's in the meadow. Okay, then right after that, I'll go right back to the D, create a loop. All right, here we go. Summer's in the meadow. 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 Good, 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 good. So one thing I wanted to mention, I may have before, I don't think I did. In case I didn't. There's an E7, which is easy. You know, here's your E chord, you've been playing that. And if you lift your ring finger, then that string's played open. That's a 7th. That's E7 right there. You can hear the difference? You can hear that 7th in there. You can put that in. You'll see where. Okay. All right, this next part we're going to do valleys hushed and white with snow. So you'll be playing an A. Valleys hushed and white with snow. So you'll play one bar of that E, snow, and then one bar of the E7. And then that's where we'll loop it back to the A. So it'll be valleys hushed and white with snow. And a 7th right there. See, then it'll go right back to the A and start over. So that's the loop. Here it comes. Valleys hushed and white with snow. Valleys hushed and white with snow. Valleys couldn't just stop there. I felt like I had to resolve it back to A for it to feel right. But you're doing good. More to come. And this next part is Here in Sunshine, A chord and a D chord. And here is right at the very top of my range. So this song really tests my range because there's parts in it where it's as low as I can go. And then now here is as high as I can go. I'm going to do my best to hit it a bunch of times over and over. Sometimes if you're right at the top of your range, maybe you're recording or something, you can get a couple of good takes and that's about it because your voice can only take so much. Okay, but I'm going to loop it, and if there's an issue with it, I'll just make one and then do the edits. Okay, but I'll try it this way first. So it's here in sunshine. Those are the notes. Here in sunshine. Here we go. Here in sunshine. 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 Oh, it held up pretty good. Sometimes it doesn't do that. I never know. But, okay, that's that for this part. And we're going to move on to a little bit more next. All right, now we're going to do Sunshine or in Shadow. Sunshine or in Shadow. It's one of those again where the pattern, the chords change in the middle of the pattern. Here in sunshine or in shadow. So we're just going to do sunshine. Those are the notes. Sunshine or in shadow. Sunshine or Sunshine, orange shadow. Okay, here comes the loop. Sunshine, orange shadow. 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 Good. Excellent. Okay, this next part, it's going to be a little tricky. You're used to tricky by now, right? But shadow, and it does that A to the F sharp minor in the middle. But then you've got to wait a while and figure out where to come in with Oh Danny. So it's going to be like this. Shadow. Oh Danny. And boy would be right there. But we're going to leave boy off for now and go right back to shadow so we can create a loop. Shadow. Okay, so we're going to create a loop, and I don't know how long we're going to play. We're going to play it for a good while, though. Ready? Here we go. Shadow. Oh, Danny. Shadow. Oh, Danny. Shadow. Oh, Danny. Shadow. Oh, Danny. Shadow. Good. I know that's tough, but repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. If you get back to here and you don't have it, go back. Just keep trying. You'll get it. You'll get it. Okay. We're going to play an A chord and an E chord. That's going to be boy, oh Danny, boy. Do you see how that O comes? The word O comes real quick. Watch. Boy, oh Danny, boy. All right, so we're going to make a loop out of boy, like this. Boy, oh Danny, boy. One more time. Boy, oh Danny, boy. Ready? Here we go. Boy, oh Danny, boy. 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 Good. Excellent. All right, this is going to be the last part of that chorus. It's going to be what we just did. Boy, oh Danny, boy. And then I love you so. Watch. Boy, oh Danny, boy. I love you so. Boy, oh Danny, boy. I love you so. And when we get to so, I'll play another bar in there, create a loop. Okay, so we're going to loop this last part of the chorus. Boy, oh Danny, boy, I love you so. Boy, oh Danny, boy, I love you so. Boy, oh Danny, boy, I love you so. Good, good. All right, so we're going to add a bass player to this chorus like we did before with the verse. And we're going to use a little bit of the vocal that's on the track to kind of lead us in. Watch, it'll be like this.
But come ye back.
And right there on back is where we're going to come in. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And, of course, it's going to be looped one way or another. So, okay, that's what's next.
But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Again.
But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Again.
But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Again.
But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Okay, next we're going to play the entire song. I always like it when we get to this point, be able to put all those pieces together. So you noticed how I broke down verse 1 and the first chorus into all kind of tiny little pieces so you could manage it. And that's so that you could cope with the different phrasings. And those phrasings you're going to run into later on different songs. And because you learned how to do it here, it won't be a problem for you, okay? It won't be a stumbling block. But what I didn't do was I didn't break down the second verse or the second chorus into those tiny little pieces, because I think you have enough knowledge now that you can manage that on your own. And one thing you want to bear in mind is you have an artistic license that you can use whenever you're performing something or working something out. And even though I had you stay into these strict things in verse 1 and the first chorus, I had you staying exactly to those for a reason. But remember that you're an artist and that you can express yourself. So in this next part, in verse 2 and chorus 2, you can hear that the phrasings I'm doing on there are a little bit different than what I did before. And the reason for that was whenever I was recording it, I felt it sounded better. And I always base on it sounded better by it feels better. Okay, but maybe you as an artist, maybe you'll feel it a tiny little bit different. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So just bear that in mind whenever you're working this. Now you want to work the whole song, work it over and over and over and over. And then when you feel ready, step away from the tracks and just play it. Okay, so that's what's coming next. And then following that, there's going to be the tracks without the guitar or vocal for you to play along like we did before. So it'll give you a chance to play the song and just put the guitar part in and put your vocal parts in. Okay, so there's a bare track for you to be able to do that. Okay, so that's the next things that are coming. And I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you for trusting me to teach you these things, and trust that what I'm teaching you is correct. Okay, I think you should know that by now, that you should be playing a lot of different songs and stuff. So anyways, I really appreciate it greatly, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all roses falling. It's you must go and I must buy. But come ye back when summer the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, damn. you.